Nobody here yet. Is anybody in the stream with me by chance? Can you guys hear me? Can you let me know in the chat if you can hear me? Anyone? Hey, Pickles, you can hear me, brother? Because I'm using an earpiece. I wanted to have better audio for you guys. I just want to make sure that you can hear me. Okay, cool. Perfect. My office is a mess, so excuse that in the background. But I'm super stoked. I got an email last night that my Weber SmokeFire Pellet Grill is going to be here Monday, and today's Saturday, so 2 days. And man, I can't wait. What sucks is that we're supposed to get snow tomorrow here, and I don't know like how much we're going to get, and if it's going to end up, you know, giving me a problem getting the grill to the yard. And I don't know. I'll just worry about it, I guess, when it all happens. But I'm pretty excited. Hey, Ray. Hey, Mike. Pickles. Daddy Dutch, thank you for being here. Grill Sergeant, thank you very much. Yeah, Pickles, there's snow in so many weird places, you know, over the last week or so that don't normally get snow. So it's just kind of weird. But I mean, yeah, I'm just stoked. I wanted to go live for a little bit and just kind of talk about it. And then also I didn't have a video this week. I had planned to film last Saturday. So typically my film schedule is that I film on Saturdays, and then I'll at least begin my editing on Sundays and finish it through the week so that I can launch on the following Saturday. But my youngest daughter was really sick last weekend. She had a high fever, and it was like we were fighting that for like 3 days. And I'm like I'm her place of comfort or person of comfort. So when she doesn't feel good, she just kind of wants me to be by her. And I was going to set up and film Saturday morning. And then I'm like, you know, it was kind of hard for me to concentrate on that with her not feeling well. And the fact that she wanted me by her just meant more to me than filming. So I just skipped. But I'm going to be filming today, is my hope, within about an hour, probably like right after I get done on here. But I wanted to share that email with you guys. I'm pretty stoked that that smoke fire is coming, man. I can't wait. Like I think out of, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't really know how to rate it yet as far as my excitement, but I'm super excited about the innovation with it, and I can't wait to test that stuff and just kind of see, you know, just kind of see if it's really all it's cracked up to be. I have a really good feeling it's going to be, just because it's Weber, but I don't want to kind of go into it with any decisions being made already. But it's, you know, the delivery company, actually, I got the email and then I got a call from the delivery company saying, hey, we're going to be bringing this thing out Monday. So I'm not sure what time yet. I think it's like Monday morning. So I'm going to take some time. I mean, I work really close to home and I'm my own boss. So once they call me and let me know they're on their way, I can just kind of fly home. And then I'm hopeful that I'll be able to get that puppy in the backyard. Because again, that's coming Monday, but tomorrow, Sunday, we're supposed to get some snow. So, you know, I don't know how much we're going to get. They say several inches, you know, whatever that is. They never know till it's over. But I'm going to find a way, man. I'm going to find a way to get that thing in my yard Monday and put it together, because I really just, I'm excited about it and I want to get a video done on it. I really do. Don't break any laws, Mike. Don't worry, man. That's not me. I don't do that. I hope I'm not missing any comments here. Everybody who joined, thank you. I appreciate it. I got like 18 people here. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. If you wouldn't mind doing that for me, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. It's another impromptu deal. I didn't schedule this, but I just thought I was going to go live because I didn't have a video launch this morning, unfortunately. And I explained why a little earlier here, maybe just a few minutes ago. But I am filming today so that we'll have a launch, you know, next Saturday. Fire and water. Yeah, I do have room. I have like 10 cookers now, I think. But so how I did this was, because, you know, I'm not rich or anything. How I did this was I sold 2 of my cookers that I don't really use anymore. and they're still not picked up yet, but they're going to be picked up, I think, in the next week or two, whatever. But once I knew they were sold, and they're sold to friends, so it's like I know they're going to be sold. Um, I just decided to pull the trigger on the SmokeFire. You know, that's how I did it. So I'm gonna have room, and it what I sold didn't totally pay for the new one, but it it covered more than half of it. So, and I bought the 36-inch SmokeFire. So, I mean, I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I can't wait to test and see, what I'm going to be looking for here. So, Pickles wants to know what I sold. I sold my very first Camp Chef pellet smoker, which I adore and love. I have no problems with it. But now that I have the Woodwind Wi-Fi, I don't really need another old one. And then I sold the Gorilla Silverback, which I haven't even used that thing for like a year. It's just sitting on my porch, and I mean, I'm not going to use it. So I just figured somebody else will get use and enjoyment out of it, and I'll be able to test this new cooker. I think it's going to be good for the channel too. I really do. I have the feeling it's going to be a pretty heavily searched item, and that's part of the motivation for me to do it. But I'm really excited about the innovation, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it all works when you're actually there using it. Not watching somebody on video or listening to the sales pitch on it. I want to use it, and I want to see. I want to experience that stuff and test if I can in some ways. Some of those features. So I'm excited about it. They are hard to get anything from. Are you talking about Weber? Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I know that some guys that I know are getting those from Weber. I'm not on that list. I don't even think Weber knows who I am, and that's cool. I get it. I'm not. I'm nobody, so I don't mind that. I'll pay for it. Like I said, I have other stuff I sold to make it work, so that's fine. Let me see here. I think I missed a whole bunch of comments here. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, Daddy Dutch is wearing my favorite shirt. Whatever, man. Football season's over. Next year's another year. Aaron Rodgers is going to be older, and maybe things are going to change. Let me see here. I'm skipping through here. Woodwind Wi-Fi and the Weber. Yeah, that's a plan I have, is to do a comparison of those two. So that's probably going to be like my second or third video with it, because I know that with those grills launching in similar times, and they're kind of like really big deals in the pellet grill market coming up for this spring, people are going to want to know, and I would want to know too. So I plan on doing that video, and I did a very thorough video review of the Woodwind Wi-Fi, including a first cook. I'm going to do the same thing with the Weber, and and then maybe another cook video, and then I'll do the comparison, because I want to get at least 2 or 3 cooks under my belt before I start forming opinions about comparisons. So it would probably be a better view getter to do that right away in terms of video and search, but I don't want to be guessing. I want to know what I'm talking about, at least somewhat. So probably be like my third, maybe fourth video, but I will do that for sure. Seems to slowly come around to the social network game. I've heard that they're more aggressive with this cooker as far as getting it into some people's hands that they know. I don't know if that's true or not, but and it's Weber, so they already have huge distribution. It's kind of like McDonald's coming out with a new burger, right? I mean, it's not hard to find it, and you're going to see it everywhere. So let's see. Yeah, the searing part of the hype, I'm skeptical about. I know it's going to sear better than other pellet grills, but I don't think it's going to sear like like the Woodwind has the grill box to sear. I think that obviously that's going to give a better sear, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a really good sort of combination of low and slow and searing capability. And I don't know about other pellet grill owners, but for me, like, I'm always real careful about trying to run my pellet grills on full blast, just because of the nature of how they work. And you get worried about, having some kind of a thing go out of control in terms of the pellet feed and like a back burn. But with this design of the auger, you know, it basically, with the Weber, it's pushing pellets up a hill, and then those slide down into the pellet pot, so you can't get like a back burn there. So that thing, like, yeah, I would have no problem cranking that up to, I think the max temperature is 600 on there too, or five. I think it's 600 is what they. I don't know if it'll hit that, but I know that's what the high setting is, at least as far as I remember. And so I wouldn't be afraid to do it, because I don't think you have much to worry about with that, you know. Um, so I'm excited about it. Let me see. Eleuterios, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Michael, if I haven't said good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Tip Top, thank you for being here. Brandon, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Sorry again for just doing this and not, and again, it's sort of like unscheduled and impromptu, but that's normally how these things go for me. So I apologize if anybody misses this. And I don't leave these up on the channel. Once I'm done, I take them down because they're just terrible for the algorithm. Thinking of doing a Mick Jordan burger on the Blackstone. Yeah, man, hell, I would love that. I mean, you know, Jordan's my favorite athlete of all time. I don't know what kind of creation you're going to make with the burger, but I'd love to see it, man, for sure. My video today is going to be on the Blackstone too, so I'm looking forward to getting that done. My daughter feels better this weekend. Everybody is doing well, so I'll be able to. High temps only be able to reach with quality pellets for sure. Yeah, I'm you know, you're right, Eddie. I'm really, I think my favorite pellet, and I've only used, oh, let me see, 3 to 4 brands of pellet now, but I would say that my favorite one is Lumberjack so far. There could be better ones that I haven't used, so I don't want to make, you know, stake that claim that it's the best, but I've just not had any problems with those, you know, and they provide good flavor. They do seem to burn hot. The Oak Hickory Cherry, you know, those burn nice and hot. So I'm really looking forward to this, man. I'm excited. I mean, I would never just go live. I just wanted to share my excitement with you. I can't wait for that truck to pull up here and for me to get that. I just got to figure out how I'm going to get it in the yard if we have the snow. That's the thing I was worried about. But, you know, I'll figure it out. I'll get some help or something, even if we have to just carry it through the snow to get it onto the patio. And I don't know how big of an assembly job it is, but whatever it is, I'm going to knock it out. I want to get a video done on it like pretty quick. Good job, Brandon. Yeah, you can make some good steaks on there, man. I would say that's a great idea. Let me see. You know, Pickles, my guess is the Weber pellets, you know, if I had to guess, I think they're probably going to be pretty good. You know, I mean, Weber does so much homework and they put in so much research and testing into the stuff that they put out that it's, you know, it's a safe assumption to think that the pellets are going to be good, right? You know, but we'll have to just use them and see. But I mean, I certainly have a lot of trust going into anything with the Weber name on it, I guess is the way to put it. You know, I trust it, but I still want to test it. Let's see. Sound like me. Yeah, man, cast iron. There you go. For sure. We're all excited about our toys coming in, right? Let's see. What's your plan for a first cook on it? I haven't decided that yet. And Eddie says Bear Mountain pellets. Eddie, I've never used those, but on your recommendation, I will definitely acquire some because you know your stuff. So I'll have to check that out and see. Don't think I've seen them in stores, so I'm sure I can order them online. But I'm going to check those out. First cook, Michael, like I said, I haven't really decided, but you know, I don't know what's a good test. You know, burgers, ribs, perhaps both. You know, I think ribs especially are something that I think a lot of people that are getting, you know, a lot of people buy pellet grills because they're a little easier to operate and they can nail their cooks easier than, you know, maybe they can on charcoal, because some people just aren't good at maintaining temps or getting the fire started the right way. And so I think pellet grills allow people to make, you know, really good food that otherwise normally would maybe miss the mark a little bit. And so and a lot of people, the first thing they want to cook is ribs. So I'm thinking that ribs would probably be a good idea. But I might do some burgers too, you know, and just kind of throw it all in one, because I know that pellet grill burgers they're great, and my family loves them. So I'd love to compare that to, like, you know, Camp Chef and Grilla and so on. Um, let's see here. B&B I've never used. I can't say one way or the other. I know I love their charcoal, so I would say that it's probably a good brand, but I'd like to use them. Again, I just don't want to assume anything. I think burgers and ribs would be a good way to start. And I don't really have to make that video about the cook. I just have to make it about the results. And really, it's just a review of the cooker and then the results, you know, how it cooks. And we can get into the how-to stuff down the road with more videos. So I think I can squeeze both of those into the video without making it terribly long, you know. Let's see. Ribs were first cooked on Woodwind Wi-Fi. Yeah, they were. Uh, and they came out great. So, you know, I'm impressed with that. Amazon, Eddie. Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Might order some today. Is there a particular flavor that you like of the Bear Mountain pellets, or let me know if there is. You know, then I'll go on your recommendation once again. Could do a long pulled pork and sear on steaks. Yeah, and well, yeah, the searing I have to test, right? And so maybe steaks and ribs. You know, because I do have to test the searing. I could do a low and slow on the ribs, and then pull those off, rest them, crank it up, and then knock some steaks out, you know, with the grill on high. I think that would, you know, that would probably be really good. I think that's a great idea. Pickles, thank you for that idea. I think that's really good. I hope I remember it. um, are you a dry rub or sauce kind? I just like dry rub, man. Are you talking about like on the ribs? I don't sauce my ribs anymore, you know. Uh, and I don't really want to say it this way because a lot of people use sauce, but I think sauce is a way to kind of mask if they're not really that great or if they could be better. If you cook ribs the right way, whether it's on charcoal or pellet cooker, and you just use a simple rub, you know, you don't really need sauce, man. They're so good. I love that crisp texture on the outside and that moist, soft inside inner part of the rib that you can get when when you cook them the right way. And they're not always easy to nail. I mean, but in a sense they are. If you just follow the same process every time and use the same method, it you know, they're you can nail them every single time. But you know, if you get distracted and you walk away from the cooker and the temperatures go up, and, I mean, who knows, you know. But I'm saying for the most part, it's pretty easy. And I don't really use sauce on the ribs anymore. I haven't for a long time. I mean, I just haven't. I prefer it without. I guess some people are agreeing with me here. Really good. Narrow down which Blackstone unit you would upgrade to. I haven't, Eddie. I haven't. So gourmet blend. Okay, I got to remember that. So I haven't decided on the Blackstone yet. In terms of which one I'm going to upgrade to. Um, you know, I like the Pro Series, and I like the one that has the new setup with the air fryers. But I'm not sure yet. I don't know. It really depends on a few things. You know, Blackstone has been in contact with me recently, and I don't really know. They don't really work directly with a lot of YouTube channels. I mean, and so I'm not really sure what that's going to turn into. I'm going to kind of wait and see if, you know, if I get connected with them a little bit closer than I am now, maybe there's something specifically that they want me to do or have. So I'm going to give that a few days, because I've been working with them for about a week or 10 days now, and we'll see. Um, but I mean, they're all good. I don't think there's any bad ones anymore. I mean, the little issues that they had on that first, product, like the one I have, they were easily resolvable. And for the most part, it's been a great cooker. Little problems, but I've used it so much that you're going to have that stuff. I'm a big 3-2-1 fan for my ribs, honey and brown sugar. I used to do that, Jason, but now I just don't wrap ribs anymore, man. I trim them. I take the membrane off the back. I season them with my favorite rub, and I just cook them. Baby backs, I'll go 5 to 6 hours or less, depending on the temperature. But if it's 225, I'll run 5 to 6 hours, depending on how tender I want them. And I just prefer them that way. I don't wrap them anymore. I'm not saying that's the wrong way. It's really all, the thing about cooking is it's all about preference. So there's that barbecue argument you can have with people about wrapping or not wrapping and what to season with, and dry brine, wet brine. I mean, it's really all a matter of opinion. There's no right or wrong way. The right way is your way, the way you like it. But I don't really do any wrapping. I haven't wrapped ribs for a while. Actually, I did an experiment video that's on my channel in my archives. I did 2 of them. The second one was better, but it's not getting hardly any views, about the difference between wrapping and not wrapping ribs. So you could check that out if you want, but I prefer unwrapped. Just my preference. Hey, Danny, good morning, man. How are you? I'm glad you like the poppers recipe. That's awesome. And Eddie, you're right. I do have sauce on the side. Like if my oldest daughter sometimes wants sauce, we'll have sauce on the table. But for the most part, we don't even need it. We don't use it. Farm and Fleet has the Bear Mountain pellets. Okay, cool. That's good to know too. I have a Farm and Fleet close by. I wonder if it's only on their website or if they carry them in stock. Let's see. And only wrap ribs if I need to hurry them up. Yeah. Well, and I mean, you can cook ribs hotter. I mean, I go 275, and then it's like what, 3.5 hours maybe instead of 5 or 6. And they come out just as good, really. I mean, I still think the low and slow is a little bit better, but they're real close, so you can always do that too. I don't think I missed anything here. I think I'm caught up. It's like steak and A1. Sometimes you just want, yeah, you're right. And Michael, that's true too. I mean, I made a cast iron steak a couple weeks ago here inside. It was cold outside, and man, I don't know why, but I wanted A1 on that sirloin. And I don't usually do that, but I just wanted it. And I always doctor my A1 up though. Like I'll put some chopped green onion in it and some black pepper, and I mix it up, and that becomes my doctored A1 steak sauce. And it goes real nice. Like I don't use it on a ribeye or anything, but like on a sirloin. This camera, I got to get this thing to focus. On a sirloin, I love the way it goes. I really do. It just goes nice. But you're right. Sometimes you may want sauce. I mean, it's all personal preference. I have people comment on my videos all the time about how I'm doing this wrong or I'm doing that wrong. And, I don't even pay attention to it anymore. And I try to tell everyone that my goal is to inspire, not instruct. So in other words, I'm not really telling you how to do stuff. If you want to follow my methods, fine. But I'm just trying to inspire you to do it and do it your way. If your way is different than mine, fine. I don't care. Just get outside and cook and enjoy the weather and, be adventurous, spend time with your family. That's what barbecue's all about, man. So that's all I want to do is inspire. I'm not here to instruct. I'm not a chef. I don't know more than most of you other than whatever experience I have. So, just get out and do it. If I can inspire you to go outside and cook, then I've done my job. Even if you do something totally different, even if you watch a rib video and you go outside and make burgers, I still feel like I've done my job. I picked up a 33-pound bag of gourmet blended Ace Hardware. Okay, and I have an Ace too, but our Ace Hardware is like a really small town Ace Hardware. It's not a typical like medium-sized store like a lot of them are. I don't think they carry that stuff there, but I also didn't look. So I got 2 places I can check now. It's the whole authentic argument people have. Yeah, I agree, Pickles. I mean, I think that there's for some, for some people, I think that they do think there's a right and a wrong way. And of course, in competitions and stuff, there's probably protocols to follow. I don't know. I've never cooked in a competition. But I mean, yeah, there is authentic stuff like the authentic Chicago style Italian beef, Chicago style hot dog, or the cheesesteak in Philly. There are some foundational principles there for authentic recipes. But when it comes to a lot of the stuff that we cook outside in the yard, I mean, God, man, just make it how you like it and how your family likes it. That's what matters. If you serve people something they don't like just because you say it's the right way, I mean, what good is that? Yeah, Thomas, it's true, man. 100% from my heart. I will never argue with somebody over how to cook something. I mean, I don't think I ever have. I probably would never. Whatever way you like it, man, just do it. I just want to inspire people to, I'm big on my family, like my wife, my kids. I like to be outside with them, campfires or swimming and cooking outside. And food brings people together. Barbecue brings people together. And that's really what it's all about. Whether you're making smash burgers on your Blackstone or a brisket on your pellet cooker or your Kamado or your kettle, it's usually meaning that you're either going to be around people or you're going to spend time with people, and that's really what it's all about. So it's about inspiration. It's not about instruction. It's really not about teaching to me, because I don't have much to teach. I mean, people get a lot out of what I do because I have out of the box ideas sometimes, but those aren't necessarily perfect ideas. They're just mine. Oh, Thomas, man, I appreciate that, but that's not necessary. I do appreciate it, though. I don't want to make you. That's great. I appreciate it. It all goes back into the channel. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Um, Kent, Carl's doing good, man. I do a lot of the work on his channel, to be honest. It's pretty hard for me to make time for that, but he has somebody helping him with filming and editing, but like uh they're still real new with the idea of uploading the video correctly and tagging it and titling it correctly and all that stuff. That's really critical to the video's success. They don't really know that. And I've tried to teach them. I've sat down with them for hours. But it's sometimes hard for people to pick up on stuff. So, I'm doing my best. Thomas, thank you, man. I appreciate that support very much. And thank you for being here today. So you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. Back to Kent. Yeah, so Carl's doing good. He's very motivated. He's trying to, do the best he can. And I think for the most part, he's done well. But he's got some things he has to learn. And with my work schedule lately, so my day job is, and a lot of you might know this, but some may not, or some may not have paid attention when I've said it before. My day job is that I am in the IT field. And so a lot of you that use computers, which is all of you, know that if you had a computer running Windows 7, that's now out of service or no longer supported by Microsoft, and they're wanting people to upgrade to Windows 10. And since November, I have been really busy doing those upgrades and building new systems and doing all kinds of stuff related to that. And so it's been it's been an adventure for me with time and scheduling. I just don't have much of it. So I've given as much as I can to my channel and helping Carl. But I haven't really I haven't really been able to do as much as maybe he needs me to do, although I've spent many hours with him. But he's coming along. Can you guys still hear me okay? I don't see the chat moving, and I don't know if there's just no chatter or if my internet is screwing up, because it was kind of goofy when I was getting online. Okay, cool, Michael. Thank you. I've been interested in starting my own channel. Any advice on some equipment to start up with, video and editing wise? Yeah, Danny, you know what? Don't spend a lot of money to start. If you have a phone, like, do you use iPhone or Android? Because I started with iPhone, and the iPhone has on board, it has iMovie, and iMovie is just part of the iOS operating system. You can edit your video there decently. So perfect. You have iPhone, so you can film with your iPhone. Um, I would I would recommend, one of the biggest challenges I had when I started was audio. And I have much better audio equipment now, but initially it was just my phone. That's all I had. You can start that way, but then get yourself a nice tripod that holds the phone so you have steady video, and get a mic, like a boom mic that you can plug into the lightning jack. They're only like 20 bucks. The tripod's probably 15 or 20 bucks, so it's less than $50. And you can use iMovie right on the phone to do your editing, to start. And that's all that you really need. And then you can grow from there. Lewis, good morning, brother. How are you? It's good to see you. But you can start from there, Danny, and that'll do it. I mean, I now have filming lights, and I have 2 cameras plus my phone. I have a boom mic, and I have a wired mic, so I have backup audio. I've got a separate sound recorder, so I can have a backup of the audio. I think I said I have lights, and I just have all kinds of little stuff. And so here's something that I'm going to be doing. I just bought like a little tripod filming kit. It's the Shure MV88 Plus filming kit, and it's for the iPhone. I'm going to start doing, because I feel inspired to do this, okay? It doesn't go perfectly along with my channel's content, but I'm going to try a couple and see how it goes. I've already done one, and I just haven't released it yet because I'm really nervous about releasing it. But I'm going to start doing restaurant reviews and like food reviews. I'm not going to turn my channel into that, but I'm going to sprinkle in some stuff like that, because there's a lot of people that are subscribed to me that are local here, and they want to know about some of these small mom and pop food places. And my wife and I have checked a lot of them out, and a lot of them we like, and I want to let people know, that they're out there and that they're good. Plus, there's some places that, like, for example, when people come to Chicago, they always hear about Portillo's hot dogs. They always hear about Lou Malnati's deep dish pizza. They hear about Pequod's pizza. They hear about, this restaurant or that restaurant. Well, I want to start going to those places and doing reviews with the phone camera and a good microphone, and putting those videos on my channel, so that if somebody's ever coming to the city, they can say, okay, Mike said that place was good. I'm going to check that place out. And I mostly just feel inspired to do it. So I'm not going to get away from my channel's, what I do, but I'm going to sprinkle in some of that other stuff. And I'm excited about it, and I hope it's received well on my channel. If it isn't, I'm probably going to start another channel to do it, because it's just something that I want to do. Anyway, let me get back to where I was here. But start cheap and yeah, for sure, start cheap, man. You don't want to invest a lot of money at all. If you have a good audio, like a boom mic and the iPhone and a little tripod, so your video is steady and it's not bouncing all over, because that's annoying to people if it's not steady. You're going to be doing really well. To start, you're going to be doing better than most. So those are the things that I'd say, and that's less than 50 bucks. There's really no startup cost with YouTube. It's totally free to have a channel. It's totally free to upload. And it's also free to go ahead and to get your social media set up, your Instagram, your Facebook, Twitter. That stuff's all free. It's really just, it's mostly just sweat equity, which is the, making the video, editing the video, and knowing how to upload, and knowing how to, do things the right way on the back end. There's a lot that goes into that. And if you need help, email me. I'll give you some tips. And then I think the most important part, which everybody misses, and I don't know if they miss it on purpose or if they're afraid, but you have to promote your video. The whole thing about if you build it, they will come, that's BS. You have to let people know who you are, where you are, and what you do in any business. And YouTube is a business. You know, it can be a hobby or a business, but everybody wants it to be successful. If you're not doing it for money and you're just doing it for views and to tell people about what it is that you like and do, and to show your cooks and your ideas, you still want people to watch it. So the definition of success for that would be different than somebody who's wanting to make money. Their definition for their channel would be exposure and views, and you know, and that's still important, but you have to promote it. You have to promote it. You got to put it on your social media. You've got to, you know, you got to do everything you can to promote the video. If you don't do that, the chances of you getting where you want to go are really not very good. So that's the biggest and most important part of the whole thing. And I think a lot of channels and a lot of people miss it. Okay, let's see. Editing can take some time for sure, Pickles. I mean, hey, I've had some videos I've edited in an hour and a half, and I've had some videos that I've literally put 14 to probably 20 plus hours into editing, and I'm not even exaggerating. Especially when I got into multiple cameras, you know, getting that stuff synced and knowing when to switch the camera view through editing. You know, and then you run through it. You know, the first thing you do is you sync all the clips, you get them up. I use Final Cut Pro now, and you know, I get all the clips synced and uploaded into the timeline, and then I cut out anything I don't want. Like that's pass one. Pass two is sort of fine tuning that. Okay, did I said this and that? Did I really need to? Did I repeat myself? Do I say it again at a more important time, and I can cut it out of here and save time for the viewer? And then there's your transitions, your you know, the music, if you need to add any text into the video because you forgot to mention something important, which we all do on YouTube because we don't have production crews and we don't have scripts for the most part, and even if we do, sometimes we forget stuff on the script. So if you really want the video to be decent quality, you know, you got to make several passes through editing, with a different goal every time with each pass, and eventually you get it to where you're like, okay, I like that, I'm good with that. Render the video, upload it, then you got all the back end work to do and stuff. Window clean, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do it because I love it. So that's the most important thing. And you know, it has turned into a business for me. I mean, it has, and it's helped my family a lot, and much needed help, by the way. So I'm very blessed and grateful to know how to do this stuff, and to, for whatever reason, for people, some people liking my videos, big deal to me. It's a big deal to me. So I'm very grateful to you too. And that's true too, Pickles. In the beginning, you know, you're having a hard time dealing with the fact that you're on camera, listening to your own voice. But you know, if you do 3, 4, or 5, you get past that. You really do. So Danny, I wouldn't worry about that either. You know, you'll get past that. It just takes time. And you are usually your own biggest critic. I mean, I've had things in my videos that I notice because I'm so critical of myself, and then I'll show it to someone else to see if they see it, and they don't. And then when I say it to them, mention it, they're like, well, yeah, I guess, but I really didn't notice it till you said anything, you know? So I think sometimes we can kind of over criticize ourselves. And that's, I think, our biggest thing is, you know, being able to see ourselves on camera and kind of looking at it objectively instead of just saying, my God, I'm an idiot, you know? Oh, Danny, thank you, man. That's really nice of you. It's not necessary, but I'm very grateful to you for that. Thank you so much. And you know, I don't charge for advice or anything, man. You can always email me and I'll be happy to help you. I've helped a lot of people. I don't really mention it all the time, but you know, I have always done my best to pay it forward because I had help when I started. Jack Scalfani helped me a ton. Greg at Ballistic Barbecue, he's probably been my biggest help in this whole venture. He's taught me so much. Justin at Baby Back Maniac, Lyle at No Hippie. I mean, I hate to not remember everybody, so I hate sometimes mentioning anyone, but I mean, I had a lot of help, so I do my best to help others, and I pay it forward. But thank you, Danny. I appreciate it, man. Really, I appreciate it very much. Let's see. I've learned a lot from you and your channel. Much love. Thank you, Jason. I appreciate it. Always happy to hear that if I inspire somebody or help them in some way, that's awesome. Pickles. So there you go, Pickles. You got your first shout out set up there, Danny. Pickles is going to help you out, man. And I'm sure you're going to do a good job. Just so here's an interesting fact that a lot of people probably don't know, or some that are watching this may and may not know, but I was very apprehensive to start my channel. It took me, I'll say months. I don't know how many months, but it took me months. And I was talking to friends and I was trying to get, I don't know what I was doing. I was trying to get them to say something to me that would maybe motivate me to go. And, you know, I just never could really pull the trigger. So two things happened. I emailed Malcolm Reed because I really got started watching barbecue, like with him and Barbecue Pit Boys. And I told him my situation and he responded to me. He gave me a really nice response. It wasn't just like a one-word thing or whatever. And this is like back when he was 100,000 subscribers. I think he's a lot more than that now. But he said, hey man, just start, like just get started. Don't worry about all the getting ready to get ready and how to, you know, he said, just get started. You're never going to be perfect, but you can make a lot of success along the way as you learn it. And when you're on YouTube, people aren't really expecting you to be perfect. But if you just try to get better with every video, you can accomplish a lot while you're learning. If you think that you have to wait till you're as perfect as can be before you start, you've missed out on a ton, you know, of not only success and numbers and exposure, but of actual learning, because the actual learning comes from, it's just like if you practice when you're, you know, you're playing golf or you're playing football or baseball, practice is great, but you don't really learn a lot from practice. The practice is just what reinforces when you play. And when you play, that's when you really learn. So you have to play. You got to put the ball in play. You got to make your video. You got to upload it. And then you just try to get better with every one. And that really motivated me. And I made my first video, which really sucked, by the way. I'm not even sure if I even have it up there anymore. But I was talking to a friend of mine who lives close by, who's friends with my son, or his son and my son are friends at school. And he and I are friends and whatever. And he said something to me, and I don't even remember. And he was big into the barbecue social community then. He's on Instagram. And he wasn't really on YouTube, but on Instagram. And he said something to me, something to the effect of, man, you only live once. Who cares if you put it out there and people don't like it? Who cares? Just do it. Just go for it, you know? And I did. That was it. Like the very next day, I started my channel and I uploaded my first video, and the rest is kind of history, you know? So just do it. I'll give you the same words that they gave me, man. You know, just get started, figure it out along the way. There's plenty of people out there willing to help you. Let's see. Oh, what did I miss here? Thank you, Dutch. I appreciate it, man. Kent, that's nice. I appreciate those kind words, and I just try to be me, I guess. I don't try to be anything but me. That's all I really, you know, it's all I am comfortable with. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Going from 0 to 1 is harder than 1 to 10. Great. That's a great little statement there, Pickles. That's very, very true. It's very, very true. And you'll get to 10 a lot faster by starting at 0, right? I mean, because you're going to learn. Look, a guy told me this a long time ago, and maybe I read it somewhere, but experience is the best teacher. It's also the meanest, but it's the best. So you have to have the experience if you're going to learn. You know, if you're always getting ready to get ready in anything, I think in life in general, you got to get your feet wet. You got to jump in, and you got to be ready for failure, because you're going to have them. You just got to get up and go back at it again. Oh man. Okay. I tell you what, um, I've been out here about 45 minutes. You guys have anything else you want to talk about? I'm just excited, man. I'm excited about this grill coming and everything, and I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. Kent, have a great day, buddy. Thank you for being here, and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to get ready to film here in a few minutes, so I think I'm going to start kind of dwindling down here and maybe getting off this stream. But I appreciate all the time you guys have spent with me. I know we kind of got off subject a bit from pardon me, from from what we were initially discussing, but White Sox. Yeah, Michael, man, the Sox are going to be a good ball club this year, and I'm just not sure about the Cubs. I don't really know where they're going to go. I guess we'll have to see. I'm just excited that baseball's here. Pitchers and catchers report, I think, this coming week, and my family, my wife and my kids and I, we love baseball. My son plays, and then on days he doesn't play, there's a couple minor league parks in the area where we can go, and for like $5 we can get great seats. Pardon me. And we'll just take up as much baseball as we can during the summer. It's just one of our pastimes, and it's just like barbecue. It just brings us together. We're together, we're hanging out, and we're having fun, and that's more important than what we're doing. But it's just one of those things that gets us together. Baseball, barbecue, whatever. Those are the things that I really like. Yeah, Mike, I saw that, man. Picture on Facebook. The Cubbies were loading up the semis and heading there. So, I mean, there'll be baseball very soon. I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, okay, guys, I think we're done. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let me see. What's this? The good words, Dustin. Yeah, for sure. Just be yourself. Have fun. Do it for the love. Jack Scalfani says this all the time. As a matter of fact, he has a video series. Cooking with Jack has a video series where he's talking about how to start a YouTube channel and how to make money on YouTube, if that's what you want to do. So check out Cooking with Jack. And he's got, I think, 2 or 3 parts of that out. He's put one out every Saturday morning. And, that's one of the things that he stresses. And Jack is a really good man. He's a friend of mine. He's done so much to help me. I can't say enough about him. I mean, he's just a really good human being. So have a great weekend, Michael. Have a great weekend, Danny. Thank you for the donation to the channel. I really appreciate it. And Thomas, if you're still here, thank you for the donation. I really appreciate it. Unnecessary, not asked for, but it all goes back into the channel. I appreciate your guys' time, and I'm going to film today unless something really crazy happens, which I don't anticipate, and then I'll have a great video out Saturday morning. I'm excited about this one. I don't want to talk about it yet, but I hope it goes the way I want it to. It's something that I haven't done before. But we're gonna check that out. Pickles, you're talking about that back there. A friend of mine named Steve Adams. He's actually a fellow volunteer in the local baseball league here that my son plays for. I volunteer for the league, and he does too. Well, he does woodworking on the side. It's like his passion, and he obviously knows that I have a channel and everything. Pardon me. And one day he walked into my office carrying that sign, and I was floored, man. Like, I was totally floored. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful things. I keep trying to find ways to put it in my videos, but it's like kind of heavy, and I don't want to hang it on my kitchen cabinets behind me. And if I stand it up, I'm afraid it's going to slide. And I'm going to try to put it on the porch this year when I'm doing cooks out there. But I just enjoy having it and owning it. I mean, I have